You don't know how to count? Yeah.
I'm finna
What?
cut you out.
That's fine. Hey, sweet mates, welcome back. We are here again with another episode, and we're reviewing the third movie to all the boys, always and forever, right? I said it
Always
right.
and forever.
Each moment with you. All right, so if you're here with us, not only do you want to be a part of the family, but you are a hopeless romantic, or maybe not. Let's get into the review. We're gonna have DW start us off.
Sweet mates. So we're at the third installment. Hopefully you watch our other reviews. They'll be somewhere around here for you guys to watch. So the movie starts off with LJ and Peter again, happy, lovey-dovey. And LJ and Peter plan to go to Stanford together. And I believe that's a college in California.
Yeah, Callie.
Yeah. So we find out that Peter has a lacrosse scholarship and he's already there training, starting to get to know the team and everything. And we find out LJ is in Korea with her family, Margot, Kitty, and Dad Covey. And they're in Korea, getting to know their culture a little bit more. And they're looking for the mom's love lock. So they find the mom's love lock. They take a picture where she stood, and that was a cute.
That was too easy though, but go ahead.
So, do you guys have any comments on this, or you want me to keep going?
You good?
And then Kitty found a man.
Oh yeah.
And Kitty finds a man, Day, in Korea. So Kitty finally found herself a man, which I was surprised about. But
so then it was awkward.
Yeah. I was really surprised by that. So then we get to the States and we find out Dad and Tina are getting married. So basically the beginning of the movie is a lot of love. Is
her name Tina or Trina? I've been calling her Trina this whole okay, I don't know. Whatever her name is.
She knows the name. That's what's most important.
So they're getting married. So they're going through marriage plans. What are we going to wear? What is it going to look like? They decide to have a small intimate wedding at the house. And the girls are going to be the bridesmaids. Pretty simple.
And Kitty said she's going to wear a suit. And then Margot says, we all need to dress alike. And Kitty was like, well, wear a suit.
So as we move forward, Margot and LJ, because Margot's still in town, they get into a tiff about Margot being far from her family. So they're going back and forth. And then LJ is like, well, I'm not like you. I don't want to be far from my family. And then Margot gets in her feelings. And basically, they're setting us up. They're foreshadowing, if you will. So, really, the beginning was a lot of dead parts, but it builds up, we promise. So then Peter asked if LJ got into Stanford, and at the same time, she's apologizing.
I want to say something about when they got back to the U.S. Why was this boy in their house?
Yeah,
it's a different
I understand that this is supposed to be romantic, but it was weird to me. These people are still in high school. I feel like they forget that part. What is he doing in that man's house?
Watching the dog.
What dog, child?
Aren't they like close by neighbors or close enough? I don't know.
I don't think he lives that close to her.
Right there.
House watching.
Josh, who we never saw after the first movie.
Although
he's their neighbor, we never saw him again. We never saw Josh.
That is true. Josh graduated, remember?
Where did Josh go? He wasn't LJ's age?
I think
he was like maybe a year older.
I think he probably was a year older. So he would have graduated and going to college. And that's
why Margot liked him, because they weren't too far in age.
Okay.
Just 1 year.
Cool. We may proceed.
Okay, so Peter asks LJ if she gets into Stanford, and at the same time she just got over the argument with Margot. So she says, of course, because Margot texts her like, are we good? And she's like, of course. She sends it to the wrong person. I don't know why we're still doing that at this day and age. And then he gets excited. He pulls up to her house. has all the bells and whistles because she's going to Stanford and their plan is going to come true. Now they're at the diner and they're talking about how great it'll be to go to Stanford, and he asked her to prom. Do you guys have any comments about what happened so far, or? Okay.
Yes, because like it seems like prom was contingent on her getting into Stanford.
Huh. I never. Wow. Wow.
Like you got into Stanford, so now we're not wasting time. So I can ask you to prom now. But if you didn't get into Stanford, then you would be abandoning me. So I wasn't going to ask you to prom.
Why you don't have any faith in Peter? That's what I gotta say.
Yeah,
You
I
got
feel like he
zero
was just
faith.
like, oh, this is a great time. He's a man.
Yeah.
Kill two birds with one stone. You already happy? Let me ask you this too.
Yeah.
Have you met Peter? Because Miss C
Have
told
you?
me some, why do Miss C told me some, why do I not have faith in Peter? Have you met him? Did you see him?
Yeah.
You the one called him recyclable trash in the first place. But now it's
reduce, reuse, recycle. He reduced all that nonsense. So we're reusing his love and everything and his attention. So I'm with the whole let's go out, celebrate, bam. Now the prom proposal could have been a little better, but it was cute. I'm for it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
But whenever he does stuff with her, it's low key. Like that's just Lara Jean. She likes low key, thoughtful stuff. So I thought,
except when he didn't send the little singing thing to the classroom in the second movie, she was mad.
I think she just thought, well, everybody else gets it. Like I don't think she was secure in. No, I'm just that type of person who likes it. So after their conversation,
wait, no. We were talking about what was being said. I am tired of Lara Jean not just following up on texts that were sent to the wrong people, or like just say, sorry, that wasn't meant for you. I didn't get in. What's so hard in that? But again, dramatic.
Right.
But she did that night let him know, like, I didn't get in.
Was it that night? No.
It wasn't until they got to New York.
It took her a long time to say that she didn't get in.
Dang, I thought it was when her prom. I could have sworn it was that night because
you're wrong.
Like, well, you can transfer. Yeah,
that was
it
in
wasn't
New York.
until she gets into Berkeley and NYU. She finds out she gets into Berkeley and NYU. Then it's the senior trip. Like it was kind of
he
fast.
said, "Oh my gosh!" He said 2 for 3, Covey. She could count. She knows how much she got into. That upset me. That upset me.
Because it just felt like a slap.
I feel like that was his way of being like, even though you didn't get into all 3, you got into 2.
Congratulations. I couldn't count.
So you say you think it was shade. I didn't catch that went over my head.
Yes.
Even he said, I don't know how I got into Stanford because you're smart. Me, I'm just a jock. That's basically what he said.
That I did not like because 1, I didn't ask for your daggone sympathy. 2,
no, I would have appreciated that. Like, I don't know how I got in either because I don't know what you be doing, but I know sometimes your work be looking a little sketchy.
This is how I feel. You got into it for sports. I was applying for my actual studies and education. So you don't have to sit here and let me know that I'm smarter than you, even though I've been through that too.
And I don't need people to come for me, but she was just gonna do English lit.
What's wrong with English lit?
I'm just saying, like, you have to, I think, do more than just write crazy love stories. And you actually have to show a writing sample. Like, based on what we got so far.
Yeah.
Probably would have went well. Not at Stanford.
She's into creative writing, for what we know. She's
creative, all right.
But I didn't like that part because I was just like, you ain't gotta do all that. I didn't ask for all that.
And then when Peter just kept talking about you can transfer to Stanford, no, you can transfer to NYU. I don't know why
he has a scholarship.
No, okay,
Then
but when
he
he
could get
asked
another
about the
one.
transfer,
Hold up,
y'all
hold
got
up,
me.
hold up, hold up.
When he asked about the
We
transfer,
skipped
it
so
was
much.
before NYU. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Backtrack. So they're at the senior trip in New York because it did
Right.
go kind of fast paced. So Peter and LJ sneak off to a bakery that he said, "Oh, we should try out because you really love bakery stuff." Which I don't know why she didn't go to school for culinary, but whatever.
That's what I want to know.
She tells him the truth about Stanford, and they agree she should go to Stanford and transfer.
Okay.
So this is where the conversation comes up. The idea was presented, and based on my recollection, it was presented by Peter that she could just transfer because she still wanted to go to Stanford. She did still want to go.
Yeah.
Did she really just want to go? Or did
Stanford, yeah, I don't know. I think she just wanted to be with him.
Yeah. Because it was you only an hour away. We can make this work. And that's what she was thinking about. Like, hey, it's not far. We can make this work. I can go to you. You can go to me. He was all like, but wait, we don't even got to do that. We can just stick it out for a year. And you can transfer. Like, that's possible. And she's like,
he thought that was the best idea ever.
I came up with a master. I'm thinking of a master plan.
Hey, nah, Shawty on my mind.
But no, for real. And it was just, okay.
But low key, throughout this whole third movie, Lara Jean showed herself to be indecisive about everything. Even when she was planning a date for him, she was like, oh, maybe I should just give him the 3 options, let him choose.
And I don't know where that came from. Maybe it was the fear of really losing him, because before she was like, oh no, we're doing this. No, I don't care what you think about Peter. I don't care what you think. We're doing this. So I was really confused about her all of a sudden being so indecisive.
Maybe it was the fact that she had to pick options regarding her college career, right? That life. And it was like, I don't want to, I'm already indecisive and trying to figure this out. Now I got to plan a date. I don't know. I know me, I'd be like, how about I just forget this, let him choose. And
at this point in the movie, he then meets up with his dad, and he was like, nobody chooses me, or it's nice to be chosen, or whatever he was going on about. So I think all of that was playing in our mind like, ooh.
Point in the first scene when they were like cuddling and stuff, and his phone rang and he said, oh, it's just my dad, but the phone was like this. I was like, girl, you better check that phone. That's not true. I was so shocked. I was like, oh, okay, Peter. You actually being honest. It's not Jen.
Right.
Exactly. So when they went on, go ahead.
Wasn't nobody going.
Let's go back to New York, though. We have stuff to talk about there.
That's what I was saying. So when they went on the tours, when they separated them, right?
That was the next scene. How they did that. By last names?
Yeah, they did it by last names.
They're lucky they ended up with their besties in the same group, though, but I didn't like that separation, because if you knew nobody there, it's like,
what am I here for?
I think I would have rather been on that tour with my friends and not my boyfriend. Like,
yeah. And they weren't even paying attention to what was going on. I'm Chris. And Lucas James.
Friends.
And Lucas James.
Friends. So the tour was
Lucas.
I didn't see. Was he there?
He wasn't there. He was in the movie, but he wasn't there during the tour scenes.
Yeah.
He was going to Sarah Lawrence, which is in New York, so that made no sense.
So the tour was before the bowling day.
Yeah.
You guys jumped ahead, but that's fine. Power of editing. But you were right. The next scene was the tour. They go on tour in separate groups, and Chris and LJ see Jen, and they decide to go to the NYU party, and they have a lot of fun. The couch in the subway. And LJ loves New York.
They moved the couch in the subway.
Yes,
that was fun.
That's what I could see us going out at night and being like, I need to get this couch. Yo, yes. And everybody will be like, yes. I
I
could
see us
see
doing
that.
it with strangers too, because
Yeah.
they didn't know those girls. And they were like, "Y'all down? Oh, okay, let's go."
I could see us moving that into B208 and people would come in and be like, where did y'all get this extra couch from? Like that would just be our
I
story.
feel like that happened, but I feel like that's a story time. Because I feel like that happened before, where people came in our room and was like, "Where'd y'all get that from?"
Multiple times, yes.
Right.
Ooh,
Right.
child.
I really like, I don't know. I like that scene a lot. And I'm glad that she, I don't know, accepted the fact that, because I feel like Berkeley was in the back of her mind, but because it was just an acceptance letter, not me like doing a whole tour and being there, I like that it wasn't, I went on a school tour and I made my decision. It was more like I'm touring the city. I'm now in the midst of
Yeah.
what student life will be like for me. Because remember when they was at the party, she saw someone who was similarly dressed like her with the little dress on and the sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
But she was just looking like, oh, I can do that here? Okay, that's cute. Yeah, I can fit in. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool.
What I didn't like about that was when the girl who is already at NYU was like, I had a boyfriend in high school who I didn't want to be far away from, and it didn't work. Nobody asked you about your relationship.
She kind of did though.
You said
She
what?
kind of did.
Yeah, but
Like,
what I'm
gotta
saying
know
is, no. She didn't ask her. She asked her about hers, and then she said, I also had somebody, and it didn't work out. So I think nobody asked you that. That's not what I asked you. Like, nobody, keep your little relationship to yourself. That's not what I asked you.
I disagree. I disagree. That was important for her to know because, like
I
you
do
said
feel like
earlier,
that.
about in the first one when Margot left to go to school and the little boy, he was still in high school, but the point is they still were so far apart that it just doesn't seem possible to me long distance, especially not that far. So,
Margaret was running away from her family and everybody else, so that's not a good example. Like she knew what she was
She
doing.
was running away from responsibility. It's true.
That too. But I feel like if she asked for it, then I guess you can give your 2 cents. And I think the way that she said it, I would have like at least
Shady, yeah.
like phrasing it along the lines of, well, taking consideration distance and the fact that you're going from your town, I'm not sure if it's a small town, small city, small area, to NYU. The fact that they was there like, wait, we're on campus? And it's like, yeah, we're in the heart of Manhattan. And it don't seem like you're on campus, but this is it. So keep that in mind as you continue to date this boy. I would have
Right.
phrased it like that, but not no. It ain't work for me, so I'm just letting you know
Work
it
for
ain't gonna
you.
work.
That's my
Yeah.
point.
well,
It's like she was
just
projecting her
straightforward.
failures onto her, and I was like, nobody cares about what happened to you.
And Laura G was so like vulnerable in that moment. She could have called BS. Like, girl, we're not here for that.
Yeah.
But I don't think I think that just went in one ear and out the other for her anyway, because she still wanted to be with Peter.
That thought stayed in her head the whole movie, in my opinion. Like, would we really work out?
Yeah. Oh,
Exactly.
yeah.
And I really feel like if she was secure and confident, she would not have stayed out that late and helped him with that couch. She would have been like, I got a boyfriend to go back to. We got plans to do because this long distance is going to work out. I really feel like she would have been like that.
But it's interesting to me because after all that fun she had, Peter, Mr. Popular, was like, I text you, you didn't text me back. And she was like, well, I was busy. And he was like, well, I was waiting. I was like, ooh, Peter, like you look real sad right now over some real.
Then he was mad about the song, which also I want to know, do y'all think y'all need a song?
No, but if somebody says we're gonna have a song, then
right, that's the next thing. Do you need it? And if it automatically like it happens, like we just end up with a song. She was trying to force this song story, and I was like, yo, chill. Like, if you get a song, you get a song.
Even there.
What did she call it?
He wasn't even there.
Yeah. What did she call it in the beginning?
It was a nice song.
Rom-com, something weird. When she was like, we don't have our
the meet cute.
Meet cute.
But she's right.
That's weird.
It's not a traditional romantic comedy, this series, at all. Like, usually there is a cute way that they meet.
Mhm.
Nah, they were scheming from the beginning.
But in regards to this song, like especially the part where it was like 5 years later and I'm still yours, 10 years later, and I was legit like, who wrote this? Like a 5-year-old? Like what?
I
But
think
then,
that's why she liked it.
The
Like,
fact that this is a
Jada-
real song.
yeah, but
I
then
think
at the end, like by the end of the movie, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I was like, will you be my beginning and middle?
I didn't like the song at the end either. No.
No, I mean
But,
it's
like-
definitely a trash song, but by the end of the movie, I heard it so much that I was just like, eh.
Mhm. I feel like
still
she
love
only
it.
chose that song because you mentioned when that girl was so like, my relationship ain't work out, that was on the back of her mind. So while she was in that party thinking of that song, it was like, well, this song talks about being together for 5, then in 10 years, that's gonna be us. So this is our song. No, sweetie. No.
No. And he shut that down. He was like, I wasn't there though. we could go back to it if
And he
we
was
find
mad
nothing
about it,
else. He
too.
was mad.
It was a cute man though. Because I was like,
he tried to find you a song and you mad for what?
Because he wasn't there. Can you imagine? That's like your husband saying, oh, this is the song we're going to play for our wedding, for our first dance. Did we ever hear this song together? Who did you hear the song with? Like, I wasn't there.
Or when he
Okay.
tells the story of how y'all met and it's incorrect, so Lara Jean gonna be like, it was when we was moving the couch onto the subway. Honey, I wasn't there. Oh, well, it was at the
Yeah.
party. I wasn't there either. No, that ain't our
Where
song.
was you at?
Exactly. And that's a memory he would never have with her. Oh, remember that time we were in New York and we went to the bakery? Like, what? That's all they did.
He would have been like, remember that time
Together.
in New York when you left me and I was waiting for you and you didn't answer my text?
And
I
that's
know
what
I
started
was
our
leaving.
argument.
Yup.
Yeah. Because that's a lot of abandonment issues. The moral of the story is Lara Jean needs to speak up on time and Peter needs therapy, okay?
He needs
And
therapy.
respond and reply to
It
text
does.
that she incorrectly sends to another person.
The next scene, LJ and Peter have a great date. They go bowling. She plans it after being indecisive and asking Kitty and everybody else what she should do for this date because he was still a little salty about New York. So they decided to go bowling. She gave him a cute little pink bowling shirt that said his name on it. That was really nice. And Peter runs into his dad and he really feels some type of way because his dad's trying to be cool and incorporate him into his new family, but he don't want to do that. So
Trash.
yeah.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Right.
That scene. His father was annoying that entire scene. He was first Laura. That's what he called her instead of Lara Jean. Laura. And I was like, strike one. We're in bowling, strike one. And then what he said, he was like, oh, you could just come on and bowl with us. First of all, he doesn't even know these new kids of yours. What am I going over there to bowl with you for? Then third, although I think this is more baseball than bowling, 3 strikes is baseball, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares? Who cares? Anyways, third, he said when he asked him to go to the restaurant or whatever, and he was like, no, you gotta eat. First you leave me, then you telling me what I gotta do? Okay.
Trying too hard.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
3 strikes, you're out of there, bud.
But yeah, I did not like his father.
So at the end of that, LJ tells Peter she's going to NYU. She makes a decision. She's like, this is where I'm going. He seems supportive while they're at the diner, but thought she would transfer in 1 year. And she said, no, I won't be transferring. What do you guys think about that?
I
thought that was
like it. But before she even told him that she was going to NYU, she went up to Jen and asked her, do you think I should go?
Y'all not friends. Why you asking? And I thought Jen was gonna be like, because she made it look like I can't tell you.
Yeah, she said that. Why are you asking me? I can't tell you.
Jess was low-key looking at her like, girl, all because we had a little bit of fun. That don't mean nothing.
Exactly.
If she would have went to Chris, I would understand that because Chris wasn't trying to go to college or that college at least. So I can
Yeah.
understand if she went to Chris like, yo, together, we gonna make some moves. Like that was fun. Let's do that. Okay, but Jen,
So then when
Well, I
she
guess it
finds,
was because Jen already made up her mind. Jen knows how to make decisions, so she tried to go to somebody who knows how to make a decision.
Jen is secure.
so
and
then
LJ
at the diner when she told him, even though I'm glad she was like, this is what I'm going to do, it the way she said it though, it kind of felt like she was asking for permission, even though it was like, this is what I'm going to do. It was also like, but are you okay with it though? That's the impression I got.
And the thing is, a lot of the time, people who want to go to college, they really start to narrow it down, and they know. I think she was like, she knew that's what she wanted to do, but she didn't really want to hurt Peter's feelings because you have to go to a school that you fall in love with. So, and Stanford just was not it for her. So,
she
and
He
the other
said she
school,
never
Berkeley, was
visited
really a
Stanford.
non motherfucking factor.
Yeah, she never. I think aside from because there's a lot happening at once, Peter is dealing with his abandonment issues head on. So to hear that his girlfriend of 2 years is gonna leave and there's no compromise, I think that's he was stunned in that conversation. And it seemed like, based on what we saw, she really didn't give Berkeley or Stanford the chance. She didn't go on a college tour. She didn't look at anything online. It was just like, nope, I went to New York and I liked it.
Yeah.
So to someone with, like you said, abandonment issues, that's like, so you're never coming back.
And we'll never see each other again.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
That's because he need to be in therapy.
Exactly. So the next scene is LJ and Peter are just acting weird. They're acting distant. It's a little different than in movie 2. They're really like awkward around each other, like don't know what to say to one another. So LJ thought it was a great idea to ask him for a little note in her yearbook. And Peter feels some type of way because he's like, so you're saying we're not going to see each other again? So he asked for the same thing instead of arguing with her head on. Do you guys have comments on that part?
That's a man move.
He was really like, oh well, since this is the end and this is the last time I'm gonna see you, I want you to write me one too, so I have something. Cause this is it. Then.
He even called it like a OG LJ love note.
Mm-hmm.
He was being petty.
Petty. Lived for it, but petty.
But it was a good petty, I feel like,
Mhm.
because if he would have argued, that would have been her reason to say something along the lines of, you said you was okay with it. You're
Yeah.
not. You lied to me. You don't want me to do well. You don't want me to go where I want to go, blah, 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 blah. So I think that was a good move. She was petty, breaking the awkwardness with, oh, sign my yearbook. I ain't these other.
I'm your man.
Exactly. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. She was
Sign my
playing
yearbook.
like,
All this money I spent, sign my yearbook, please.
Yeah, she didn't have no notes in it. She really did it.
because think about
But
it.
you don't hang with nobody.
That's high school. Well, I'm thinking about middle school. People were signing my people were signing books, and you know it happens. You had somebody book in your hand, and someone random whose book is that? I'll take it. It's like, no, I don't want you to sign it. But people end up signing it, and it's like, now I got to go back and cross it out.
I cross
I
it
never
out.
had all that energy to go back and cross it out.
I
just
Don't
wanna
write my
read it.
yearbook. I didn't ask you to. But anyway, she was.
But she
wrong.
low-key would have had friends if she listened to Margot only this one time in movie 1 where she was like, take this as the opportunity to go out and make new friends. Although when LJ was like, no, I low-key kind of agreed because I'm like, what I need new friends for? Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
then that's why she went through high school with no friends.
But I think LJ was just good with having a boyfriend. I really feel like she's just one of those like girls who are like, if I have
That's
a
my
man,
friend. Like, what I need another friend for?
I got Chris and Peter. That's all I need. And Lucas.
Ooh,
That's all I need.
yeah. She's definitely one of those.
And you really see less of Chris as she's with Peter until they break up.
But
you
then Chris
forget
was with
had her
Trevor.
own man. Yeah, Chris has Trevor, and he was fine. We did not see the Trevor. He looked good. I was like, Peter. After a while, I was like, okay, he fine. We get it. But can we get
In
somebody
the
else?
third movie, I don't know. He put on this weird kind of man weird that while he was trying to play a high school kid, it just didn't look right.
Yeah,
He looked like an alien.
Laura G too. I was like, Laura G looking thick. Like they both look too old to be at high school. And then I looked up their ages, and they're like 22 and 23, and I was like, yeah, we gotta get off this series.
That's why they went ahead and recorded it.
Exactly. And now it's prom night. LJ feels obligated to have sex with Peter, and Peter stops her. A little bit before that, prom night was cute. They did their little white people dances. LJ, I didn't care for her outfit or her hair. She didn't look good to me.
Chris looked good. Did you see how that dress was holding her? Did we not see that?
Giving me hocus pocus. That's what I got from
No, but it was very
it
was very in tune with her personality though. And it was I thought it was tight fitted, and I think it looked good because of who Chris was.
Her hair looked good. I didn't like her outfit though.
Hocus pocus.
Right. Mean.
So what did you guys think of the whole LJ feeling obligated to have sex with Peter to make him feel better? And then he hit her with the, oh, you trying to have sex because you feeling insecure?
He swerved the hell out of her.
First of all, LJ always kicking him out the house because she know her daddy don't play that. So now it's prom night. And not only do you want him to stay, he go into your room and you gonna try to have sex with him? Girl, you bold, you little nasty.
She was trying to risk it all just for him to
at this point. She said, I'm going to college now.
I feel like he been peeped that. Like he waited, but I feel like he should have waited until then, you know, to make the point. Like, hold up, stop, let's not do this now. You want
all of a sudden, yeah.
But I feel like as soon as he was in the car, when she was like, you want to come in? He was like, oh, it's past curfew. She was like, I know that. And he was like, okay. I feel like at that moment, he's like, oh, word? Okay. Now I'm going to play you, and I'm going to put you on the spot. As he should, because she was very insecure. And I don't know about y'all, but if I was him, I would have been like, listen, forget distance. We ain't got to be together no more.
And he did.
I was like, is that not what he did?
I mean, like,
he broke up with her on prom night.
And she was like, but I love you. And he said, not enough, apparently.
He said the distance, he's not going to wait months and months just for it to end. Let's just end it now. That's the first time he ever broke up with her, by the way.
You changed the dynamics.
Because he's the one making all the decisions in movie 3.
Yeah, he was.
But in regards to her trying to lose her virginity to him, that's the one thing I didn't like about Chris. She was low-key trying to force her, like saying, what y'all waiting on? Mind your business. Like, she and Peter could decide when they're ready to do whatever they want to do. What does that have to do with you, Christine? I don't know your name, but what does that have to do with you?
They were comfortable where they were. They really enjoyed their level of intimacy. And Chris was like, no, you should be doing more. Yeah, she did try to coach her into it on prom night, telling her, oh, girl, just go for it.
Even though I think it's cliche. Well, then shut up.
And I think that's probably why he was even more upset. It had their own kind of intimacy. And like she, just for the purpose of what her friend said and the purpose of trying to get him, trapping him. That was her way of trapping him.
Y'all think she was trying to get pregnant?
No,
I don't think so. I was joking.
I really feel like that was her way of saying, I'm gonna get attached. He's gonna get attached. She's stupid, but this distance thing is gonna have to work. And I am gonna go to NYU.
Because
And
he gonna
because
come
he's gonna get
back. But
attached when freshman year come and we leave in June trying to come back home, and you asking me about transfer, and I'm like, well, I applied for my classes for sophomore year. Now he has no other option but to stay with me. That was her mindset. She was gonna trap him. Think about how stuck. Think about how stuck he was on Jen.
No, I agree with you. Yeah. But I'm saying to LJ.
Yeah, I don't know. I wanted them to have sex organically, and I honestly didn't want it to happen this movie. I wanted it to happen later on. I wanted them to wait on that because I feel like there was no rush. They already were building their emotional connection. Mm-hmm. And to G's point, they weren't mature enough, in my opinion, to have sex anyway. So there was no rush.
Don't rush. Slow touch.
Okay.
So after they have words and they break up, LJ is basically, sad. He texts her, "You still want me to come to the wedding?" She's like,
"Excuse you."
We broke up.
Right. Lose my number.
Yeah.
I think that was a kind thing to do on his part.
He broke up with her.
But I feel like if she had this whole facade, like we're good, everything's fine. If I'm not at the wedding, everything ain't fine,
Lose my number.
I would have still said no. Now, what I wouldn't expect him to, but like seeing the text, I was like, oh, no. That was my response.
Lose my number. Go ahead.
After the wedding. Think about it. When we come home from school, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all the question our parents and family members be asking us, oh, what happened you and so-and-so? Oh, how come I don't hear you talking about so-and-so? Imagine pulling up to the wedding.
No, but I feel like it was so soon though, because the dad know they broke up. It's Lara Jean. She told everybody, I'm sure. So he knew, so he wouldn't be like, where's Peter? We're done.
They was pulling out the little seating things. Peter was on that little seating thing.
Yeah, but that's because they were together.
Exactly.
That's like someone invite you to a wedding and they say, oh, you can have a +1, and then you're no longer with your significant other. Why would you still bring them?
Exactly.
I wouldn't bring him, but if he like trying to be like, did you want me to still go to the wedding? Depend on the situation. I'm talking about for their situation. It was thanks for asking. No, thank you. Maybe that was his way of rekindling the relationship. Like, I can see us.
No, because she asked him, are we still broken up? He said, yes. Maybe not in those words, but yes, that's what happened. But in regards to the wedding they were attending, the father and the stepmother, I liked the way that they didn't make them hate the stepmother. That's such a cliche thing in movies. And I liked how, yes, they felt like the mother was being erased a little bit, which is a true feeling. But it was like, I like Trina or Tina or whatever her name is. So I liked it. And I like
tried to throw shade. Margot tried to throw a little bit of
and
shade.
She doesn't even live there anymore.
Well, that's where the shade comes from, because Kitty and Lara Jean get to see the developments, and then Margot is just, here you are with this woman.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Who's
this show host? That's what she wants to say. That came from Everybody Hates Chris, for those who,
I didn't know. But I actually liked what's her name, because she said a line that I love when anybody says. It's just hilarious. I will cut you.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's a cute little line they threw in there. So now Peter talks to his dad and he gets everything off his chest and they become cool. Nothing much to see here. It was kind of like, it's time for Peter to move on. He wants to
abandonment issues with one conversation.
Yeah, he wants to fix himself and move on. And I think it has to do with Laura Jean because she did have a conversation with him and just said,
I
if
think
I
so.
had the opportunity, I would take the time. And he took the time.
And she was kind of wrong in saying that my dead parent was the same as your parent that abandoned you. It's not the same, Laura Jean. It's not the same.
Not the same. It's not the same because a dead parent can not come back.
Exactly.
So it's worse for her.
But I
No,
think that
yeah,
was
but
a way
what
of
I was
saying,
saying is she kind of guilted him into saying, "Oh, your parents still alive," but he's trash.
I don't. Well,
I
maybe
think that
he
was a
changed,
way.
like, or trying to change. But the thing is, Laura Jean is correct. Like, she doesn't have the opportunity. So I don't think it was guilt. It was just her saying, if I had the chance, I would do it. But I don't have that opportunity. You do with that what you will.
Yeah. I get that, but I just didn't like the father because he was like, I didn't leave you, but you did though. Like, he didn't, to our understanding, because I can't say he didn't. We don't know exactly what played out. He didn't try to be in Peter's life after he left. He didn't try for Peter to know his new children. Like,
We never saw Peter's mom. So that was another thing. I
we
was like,
saw
what
her
happened
in
to
the
the
think we
mom?
saw her
first
like
movie, her and the brother, and then after we never heard about them, we never saw them.
Yeah, when they ate, but
Yeah.
what I was going to say is, I feel like when she brought up after he mentioned his dad, she was like, "Well, my mom, left me too." I feel like that was her way of saying, "I am broken with you." I think that was her
Okay.
way of saying, "You're broken, I'm broken." If I had the opportunity to heal, I would seek out the opportunity. You needed to do it. Now, her choice of words is Laura G. So, Laura J.
Dramatic.
Yeah.
Dad and Tina get married. It was a cute little wedding. I don't really remember her dress, so I guess it wasn't memorable. They had a dog at their wedding. The girls were there. They look nice.
Kitty was in the
Yeah.
suit.
They look nice.
Like it was, they could have did more for the wedding because I feel like this whole movie they were talking about the wedding, and then
And
we didn't get
Laura Jean made the cake. I watched this movie with my brother, and he made the point. He was like, "Isn't this dad like a doctor? What is Laura Jean doing making the cake?"
He
that
wanted
house
to.
they live in. Like they have all the money.
Mhm.
But I mean, that even brings us back to the point that she should have just gone to culinary school because I don't think she was really into lit like the way she made it seem. Like,
All because you can write something doesn't mean you should go to school to do
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So they get married, they leave, and Kitty arranges for Peter and LJ to talk. So I don't know why Kitty still has Peter's number, but
I don't
Kitty's
wait
like,
for what. I don't know why Peter has Kitty's number in general.
because in the first movie they got close and he would use Kitty to find out what Laura Jean liked. So he would be like this big romantic guy. Because he was like,
And
remember,
mhm,
I went to the Korean spot for you. Kitty told me where it was.
mhm.
He can ask her that. Laura Jean got to go to the bathroom sometimes. Like, why? Mm-mm. He shouldn't have
I
had her
think
number.
it's
That's
cute
just
that
my
they're
opinion.
close at this point in their relationship.
Yeah. She seems to really like him. So them having each other's number didn't like,
Hater.
huh?
What?
I said she's a hater, wherever she's at. Where she at?
But yeah. But
Just be
Kitty
glad.
though, the way she was doing it was so obvious. I was like, who is she texting? So
Then she say,
obvious.
"Oh, you left something in the tent. You should really go get it now." And Laura Jean already knew what was up. She was like, "Oh, Peter's
Right.
here."
Like, girl, okay,
And he
girl.
did it cute though. Even though Peter again is a man, and he basically used the leftovers from the wedding to make that cute anyway. Like he is just such a man. Like, so he leaves her a really nice letter, and he just like, "I love you always and forever," hence the title. and she sees him and they have sex.
Do y'all think they really this meet cute to me was kind of tossed in there because it never in their whole relationship it never seemed like he ever had any sort of crush on her before he got the letter from her to me.
But
Okay.
he said he did. He
But
liked her
but
and
in the meet cute when he wrote about it, it's like, oh, she was this cute little girl in front of me. I don't know.
Think about it. Remember when they spin the bottle?
Mm-hmm.
It
Oh,
that could have been his way of like,
yeah. All
oh,
right.
she cute. I liked her. She dropped something or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kiss her, you know. So
Yeah. That's
yeah.
true.
But
You're right.
I feel like they should have, if that was going to be the case at the end, that he writes a letter like, I always loved you. They should have somehow like through periodically throughout the movie, like he
Hints
has
that
always,
something happened. Yeah.
yeah, was for her.
Because I think, I don't know, up until this point, I was excited, but when they had sex, I was kind of like, even though the way they did it was really cute and sweet, I still wanted them to wait. I don't know what I wanted them to wait for. I still wanted them to wait because I feel like now their innocence is gone and now you guys only have a few months left together. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It still felt like a last ditch effort to me.
Maybe because she didn't say, but she did say I love you, didn't she, before?
Multiple times.
Yeah, at this point, they're always saying it.
So, yeah. Yep. They did a bad job at that part. I didn't like that. Like, I was mad.
Yeah. And now it's graduation day, and they're class of 2021, all in person. Like, that was unrealistic. But everybody's happy with their little thing. And then we get at the very end, we see LJ and Peter are starting colleges. She's at NYU with a cute little bob. That was a cute haircut. Like, she did the typical college thing. You try to change your image. She did that. And then he was in his car with the little thing that he gave her. It was just a really cute way to end. And I think we got some flashes of the relationship too, which I thought was really cute. And then she said that she'll write him. Do you guys think they're going to last? Because according to her, they're Lara and Peter. Lara Jean and Peter. So y'all think they're going to
they have to work out.
Lara Jean already started the first movie, liking all the boys. So she's gonna go to college where it's where now they not boys, they men.
The men's
at least look like men.
I don't know. I feel like they might be endgame. They might be. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe freshman year.
To be honest, I feel like it's gonna be one of those things where Peter gets injured.
All the men I love.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. Ooh. I feel like, to be honest, Peter will get injured, something will happen, and they'll take a break, and then there are those people who will get together when they're adults. Because they both need to experience different people. Not sexually at all, but just personality, everything.
That sounds like some Love and Basketball stuff you just said. He gonna get hurt. And then they gonna take some. I'm not for it. No.
but in Love and Basketball, without reviewing another movie, she didn't experience anybody outside of him. She just waited. He did experiencing.
And in this case, I want them both to experience, if that's what they want. Some people don't need that. Some people are like, I found the love of my life. Why mess it up? And I honestly think Peter's like that. If anybody is to mess this up, it's Lara Jean, to be real.
Same. She's very fickle.
All right, Suitemates. Well, that's it for this time. Thank you guys for joining in. Please make sure, if you haven't already, watched 1 and 2. If you haven't subscribed, hit that ding subscribe button.
If you haven't watched the rest of our videos,
watch it.
Go watch them.
Because what I'm going to say, y'all going to get kicked out this week. Let me stop.
Bye.
See you later.
I guess they can take a cash now.
Yeah.
You may say it.
That's what
Are we doing thumbnails?
Somebody can have the couch because she's leaving.
She gave it up. It's for grabs.
Gave it up.
Dang, I'm so tired. I forgot that y'all can't.
Girl,
have
I'm
the couch.
tired and
On the
hungry.
New York City subway.
Y'all
Like the
cannot have
on
the couch. Do
subway.
not listen to Miss C.
This
The
part is
seats
being
have
cut
crazy.
off. This part
Subway.
is being cut off. They can have your couch.
Like the subway, the couch is up for grabs.